What is meaningful? Commuting gives a man time to think. Maybe too much time. 7 minutes to the subway, during which time I may or may not stop at the store. It may be cold or windy, depending on the wiles of winter. 3 to 4 minutes waiting for the subway, either numbing the boredom with soundless video on the overhead screens or listening to the same 40 or so songs on my phone. Here it comes. Will I fit in the sardine roller coaster, or will I be proud and refuse the humiliation for another few minutes? 12 minutes to the exchange and the doors open. It's my morning exercise. Half a mile of pedestrian NASCAR underneath the city. I draft, I accelerate, and I overtake, but I'm never the guy who steps on your shoes. I know you're cranky this morning, haven't had the best night's sleep either, and we're both off to the same grind. For this 1 3-minute part of our day, I understand you, fellow human. If I played my cards right during the race, I step onto the platform, and I'm at the very spot where the 5th door from the back will open. I'm not in front of the door, just to the side. The tide of people from inside the caterpillar parts to 5 deep phalanx of suits and dreadlocks, but I'm in the ideal spot to pop inside and grab a seat as soon as the last of them is out. Well done, me. As the doors close and the train moves off into the tunnel, I contemplate the enormous uselessness of my accomplishment. Here, lady, sit down. I don't want it anymore. It's meaningless. I tap the rhythm of the song quietly on the floor, as if it could somehow disturb the mass of fellow cattle lurching in harmony to either side of the car as the wheels echo loudly in the caverns. 18 minutes later, and it's the last stop, all out. Close to 1,000 people funnel to 2 subway exits, and I wonder whether there'll be a queue at the pastry place right before the exit. I like their croissant. So is this all there is? I'll be doing it in reverse in 8.5 hours, but maybe I'll have some company. Why do I feel like I'm wasting this time? I couldn't possibly read. I could miss a stop. That would be disastrous. Sometimes I arrogantly ponder the problems of the world as though one so little as me could even scratch the surface. The whole journey I'm bombarded by all kinds of messages being pushed into my face whether I like it or not. It feels like being herded. Avon, American Hustle, Vodafone. It's so eclectic, so noisy, so futile. And then there are these. True graffiti. Not a 100-square-meter mural or an overly complicated and colorful tag, the things you'd be tempted to call urban art. No, this is true graffiti, a simple, vulgar message written in haste, maybe on a dare late at night when the subway was empty. Whether I agree with the message or not is beside the point. There's a crude jibe at our Prime Minister. Who are you targeting this toward? How will your message be seen? Will it be taken at face value and somehow go viral, sparking a revolution against the administration? What is your intent? What was the dynamic in that group when they decided it was a good idea to write this on the inside of the door? Does it mean anything to you? Or did you just write these particular words for lack of anything better? Were you expecting to sway people on the fence about the issue? Did you honestly think that it would? Do you know how much scrubbing it takes to get that marker off? Is this the only place that you did this? Are you on some kind of political graffiti spree? Why? What were your other options? What does it mean?